All right, you guys, okay, so I'm gonna give y'all full protocol of how to do an echo, okay? So as y'all know, do the patient's information, put your name in there for me. So obviously mine would be Black is the last name, first name Stephanie. So we want to get credit, and as I always tell y'all, we gotta have the height and weight. So put in a height and weight, and you can make up whatever. Today you're gonna be 345 pounds, how about that? And if you get credit, I need you to take a picture of the screen, okay? So hit the screen, okay? And it comes up right there, all right? I got the EKGs going on, so I got smoke over fire. So it's the white one, it's the black one, and then it's the red one. Now, technically, you guys, it's supposed to be on this side, but we're gonna put it on this side. Okay, so next thing we do is start scanning. So I'm gonna do the plaques. So plaques, the orientation marker is 2:11 o'clock. There's my perfect plaque. So the first thing in our protocol is a survey scan. So I'm gonna decrease my depth. I'm gonna change the TGCs so that way the far field is brighter. And what are we looking for, you guys? I can hear y'all. Pericardial effusion. Yes, we are. Good job. So 1, 2, 3, clip. Then take your TGCs back to the middle and then increase your depth. Right about there. 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do M mode. So that's the ice pick, you guys. So I'm going to M mode the mitral valve. I mean the aortic valve. My apologies. Freeze. Take a pick. Unfreeze. M mode the mitral valve. And it's the classic M, you guys. Freeze, take a pick, unfreeze, and then the left ventricle. So it's right past the mitral valve leaflet tips. M mode that. Freeze, take a pick, unfreeze, hit B mode, and it brings you back to your grayscale. After that, let's take another black and white. So 1, 2, 3, clip. And then I'm going to freeze at end diastole. End diastole correlates with the QRS. So there's the QRS, and the mitral valve is closed and the aortic valve is closed, okay? So what you do is hit the measure button. Then you find on here something that says LV, and then in parentheses it's 2D, so hit it. And this is diastole. Why? Because it's correlating with the EKG. This valve is closed, this valve is closed, so hit diastole. And then you start at the IVS. So when I say right kidney, you guys, look at the board right here. It looks like a left kidney and it looks like a right kidney. So when I say right kidney, click on this button right here that looks like a kidney and it's on the right. So click it. And right kidney again. So that's the IVS, IVS, D, and D's diastole. And then I'm gonna bring this on down to the left ventricle posterior wall, okay? Right kidney it again, and then bring it down to the left ventricle posterior wall again. Right kidney again, okay? Don't take a pick yet. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna measure the sinus of Valsalva. So, let's see if I can find it. So hit the measure button and then hit the measure button again. We're not gonna do systole, we're gonna do, so what I want you to do is find AO diameter. So that's aortic valve diameter. And what you do is you put your measurements here and here at the sinus of Valsalva. Take a pick, okay? After that, hit the measure button again and scroll to end systole, end systole. and that correlates on the T wave. So it's either on the top of the T wave or on the downslip of the T wave. That means that the mitral valve is still closed, but the aortic valve is gone, okay? So what we do next is hit the measure button. We're back to where we were, the LV parentheses 2D. We hit systole, okay? And on this one, it's making us do the IVS-S again, left ventricle systole and left ventricle posterior wall. All of that is in systole. That's why it says S. So, right kidney here, right kidney there, bring it on down, right kidney, there we go. So diastole, the left ventricle is more bigger, systole, his word S is shortened, so it's, the LV is more shortened, okay? So we did that. Now we need to measure our left atrium. So hit the return here, hit LA diameter. So it's right here, okay? And then the next thing we need to do is measure our left ventricular outflow tract diameter. So that's your 2.0, you guys, the 2.0. So click the LVOT diameter. And where you measure is right where the aortic valve cusp open, you measure right before it. So right here to right here. And last but not least, you need to do the ascending aorta. If you do not see it in this image, just move your transducer up and you will see it come in a little bit, okay? So up one rib space. But fortunately for us, we can see it. So let's calibrate it. It'll be right here to right here. And take a pic. All right, moving on. That's the end of our measurements there. So right here, we're back to our basic black and white structure. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay. Next thing we need to do is zoom in on our valves. So we find right here on our board, it says zoom. Click that button. Right kidney to adjust your box. Want it to look something like that. And then hit the zoom again. We can see our aortic valve and our mitral valve. So as always, 1, 2, 3, clip. And since we're already here, let's just throw some color on it, okay? I don't want it to look just like that. 1, 2, 3, clip. And then back to BMO. All right, so that's it for the plaque. So we're gonna transition into RVIT. So RVIT is this way. So take your tail and move it towards the bed. So shoulder like this, okay? As always, it's black and white color Doppler. So this is black and white, so we go 1, 2, 3, pick, or clip, color, 1, 2, 3, clip, and then CW it. Be careful not to make it look like this. You want to see the valves open, okay? A lot of people make mistakes and want to do it like this. No, that's in between views. Do it like this. CW it. Remember to adjust your baseline and your scale. That looks good. We're looking for any kind of regurg on the bottom. There isn't any, so I take freeze and I'm gonna take a pick. Okay? I'm gonna unfreeze it, hit B for B mode, and go back to where I was at originally. So let's go back to our perfect plaques. And so for RVOT, you basically take the tail and go back with it. So just like this. Okay. What you see is this. That's the right ventricle, the pulmonic valve, and then you'll see your branches come in, okay? Right there and right there. I don't want to see it like this. I don't want to see any aortic valve. I want to see it just like this, okay? So, as always, black and white first. So 1, 2, 3, clip. Color. Like this. I'm looking for something called, it looks like a candle flame, which is like right there. So 1, 2, 3, clip. And then I'm going to CW right in the candle flame if they do have it. The candle flame is pulmonic insufficiency, so PI. Don't worry, you're fine. All right, so as always, we adjust our baseline and our scale. So I'm moving here. freeze, and then hit the measure button because we need to measure the velocity of the pulmonic valve. So how we do that is we hit the measure button, and then we go to PV Vmax. Okay, the valve is up under the baseline, so right kidney it. And for her, she's got pulmonary insufficiency, or a PI, so pulmonic insufficiency. So I'm going to measure it. So I will find something that says, I'll tell you in a minute, PRV max. So PRV max, click it. And you'll see the valve clip, you want to go, or the valve click, you want to go right before it, so right there. Okay, and that's to measure the PI. Once you get this done, you just take a picture. No clip, you guys, no clip, okay? All right, so I'm done with plaques. I'm done with RVIT. I'm done with RVOT. So I'm back in my perfect plaques again. I'm gonna turn it around, you guys. So turn it around, okay? So about 3 o'clock. What I do is I take the tail and you would kind of like want to kind of hit their face with it, but don't really do it. But it's kind of like this, it's angling like this, okay? So, when it looks like an O, you can see it here, an O, that is the apex of the left ventricle, okay? It looks like an O. I want to start there. So, 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay, take the tail, angle it down a little bit. This is the spade view, okay? The spade view is the left ventricle. I want to see the 2 papillary muscles squeeze in like that. Okay, that's perfect. Take a black and white. 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay, then keep angling down. I want to see something like this. Okay, it looks like a fish mouth. Okay, that's your mitral valve. When it looks like this, you see it, Jody?
Mm-hmm.
That is the mitral valve, you guys. Okay, so take a clip. 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay, and the only thing different that we're going to do here is we're going to put color on it. Okay, and I want the color to go over the IVS, just to make sure that there's no VSD. Okay, want it to look like that. So 1, 2, 3, clip, and then back to B mode. B mode is your black and white. Take the tail and keep on angling down, and I want you to get into the Mercedes-Benz view. Mercedes-Benz view is basically where the aortic valve comes in, or is when the aortic valve comes in. So let me just kind of move it around here, get a real good pic. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna freeze real quick. Don't do this on thing, but I want y'all to see it, okay? Right here is where it would look like a Mercedes-Benz sign, okay? That's your aortic valve. This is your right atrium, tricuspid valve, right ventricle here, pulmonic valve, pulmonic artery, the branches, and left atrium, okay? All right, so pretend I didn't freeze it. Okay, so I'm at this view, so 1, 2, 3, clip. Zoom in on the aortic valve because we want to see how many cusps that she has, okay? So I'm gonna hit the zoom button. I'm gonna zoom in. She has 3. So 1, 2, 3, clip. Put color on it. 1, 2, 3, clip. B mode. All right, so the next structure I'm going to look at is the pulmonic artery, okay? So this side, so it's basically your RVOT. So let's take another pic. 1, 2, 3, clip. Let's put color on it. 1, 2, 3, clip. CW it. So CW. I'm looking at the baseline again. Freeze. Hit the measure button. Measure the valve. So we're looking for PV Vmax. There we go. Okay. Take a pic. Back to B mode. And now we're going to measure this over here. This is tricuspid valve, okay? So once again, black and white. 1, 2, 3, clip. Color on it. 1, 2, 3, clip. And then continuous wave it. Adjust your scale. I'm seeing TR here, so right there. And let's check up her gain just here a bit. Freeze. freeze. It's a full envelope, so I'm going to measure the TR. So find RVSP, click on it. Find TR VMAX. Right kidney, and then take a pick. All right, so we did our plaques, we did our sacs. So let's do our apicals. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find her apical views, which are about right there. There we go. Make sure your patient is covered. Okay. All right. So I want it about right there, and then you can see there's chambers here. You can see the 4 chambers. It's apical 4, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take a picture, black and white, 1, 2, 3, clip, okay? 1, 2, 3, freeze, scroll to end diastole. That correlates on the QRS, okay? The mitral valve and the tricuspid valve are closed. So it's the biggest, the left ventricle is the biggest. So this is about right. So hit the measure button, okay? After that, find the word volume or the button volume, because we're doing the volume. And this is called Simpsons, so find Simpsons. This is AP4, because 1, 2, 3, 4, so right here, AP4, and it's D for diastole, so click it. And start right here, and then go color right up under the white. So color the on the endocardium, okay? Get back down to the valve, right kidney, right kidney. Now, with her, I could see the right ventricle. Sometimes you can't, so you'll have to get another view, but I can here, so I need to measure that, okay? So what I do is I hit the measure, take the measure, hit the measure button again, hit the measure button again, hit return, and then find RVDD. You want to do the basal segment. So find the valve, and it's right above the valve, and then you want to do the mid, so the mid of this ventricle, from here to here, okay? Once you get that, hit the save button, all right? And then hit the measure button 1 time, and then scroll to end systole. End systole correlates on the T wave, either on the top or on the downslip of the T wave. That's the T wave. It's where the left ventricle are the shortest, the right ventricle is the shortest, but your atrias are the biggest, okay? So your atria is in diastole and your ventricles are in systole. So we want to do the systole button to get our EF, okay? So hit the measure button again. We're doing volume, so hit the volume button. This is called Simpsons, so we're doing Simpsons. This is 4 chambers, so AP4, or A4. C is for chamber and S is for systole, so click it. So go is exactly the way you did on diastole. Very good. So click here and then just color on the endocardium. Right there, and then right kidney, and then we got to do our atrias. So hit the return button, okay, and find the button LA volume in parentheses. It'll be Simpsons, so click it, and then find LA volume parentheses. You're fine. A4 chamber. So click on it, and then start right here, and then color on the black. Like that, right kidney, and then hit the return button and then find right atrium volume in parentheses A4 chambers. Click on that and do the same thing over here, color on the black. So right kidney, and then go around like that. Right kidney. So we got our systole, so take a pick, okay? That's the measurements for AP4. So let's go back to B mode. All right, so we've done our measurements. Now let's move left to right. So, let me get the picture back really good here. Take that shoulder and go back just a hair bit, please, ma'am. Thank you. All right, so we're right to here. So let's take black and white again, you guys. So 1, 2, 3, clip. Color on the mitral. Want it looking like that. 1, 2, 3, clip. All right, and then after that, let's CW that bad boy. So CW, fix your scale and your gain, or baseline and scale. Want it look like that. Freeze, hit the measure button, hit the return. This is the mitral valve, so we're looking for the mitral valve. So it's MVA in parentheses VTI. Click on that. Find it again, mitral valve VTI. Click on it. So start at the baseline, right kidney it, and color on the purple, y'all. Don't go all the way down the baseline, just color the M for the purple. And drop straight down before the valve click. Right kidney, right kidney. All right, take a pick. Back to B mode. Put some more color on it again, because you do not Doppler without color. And then hit the pulse wave. So pulse wave it right above the mitral valve. Bring the baseline down. Freeze, hit the measure button, hit the return. And y'all know this is E and this is the A, so we're finding MVE velocity, click it. Put it right there at the top of the E, right kidney. Find the MVA velocity, so this button right here, put it on the A, right kidney. And then we got to find the pressure at halftime one, which is right above the MVE velocity, which is MVA in parentheses pressure halftime, so it's PHT. Click on it, find your E wave, put it on the cross of it, right kidney, and y'all see how this comes down like this? Make sure it's on the yellow. So it's from E, and it's the slope of the E to the baseline, so make sure it's on that yellow right there. Want it to look just like that. Take a pick. And then B mode. So we did the mitral valve. So next we need to do the tissue Doppler. So on here it says TDI, so hit TDI. Make it look just like this, okay? And where we need a pulse wave is right here at the annuluses. So right here, I'm gonna just freeze this. Y'all do not do this. I just wanna show you. So you see where the valve is connected here and the valve is connected here? So pulse wave here, here, and here. So it's EES, okay? So here we go. So pulse wave right here. Bring your baseline up. Hit the freeze button, measure. Hit the little acquisition here. Find TDI, because this is TDI. Click it. And you need to know if this is lateral or medial. So this is lateral. So, and this is the E wave. So E, A, and then that's the S, okay? So we're gonna measure the E. So E, here, take a pick, unfreeze, move it over, pulse wave this again. Okay, measure. And then for this one, it's MVE medial. You okay?
I just got a terrible tickle.
Don't you? You want water? There we go.
It's just a terrible tickle that came out of my eyes are water and everything. Thanks, Jody. Sorry.
You're welcome. No, you hold on to it in case you need more.
Thanks. Sorry, Stephanie.
No, you're fine. So on this one, it's the same thing. Measure the E wave. So I'm gonna put it right there, right kidney, take a pick, and then unfreeze. And then right over here, pulse wave. So this is the right ventricle, so post wave, the lateral wall of the right ventricle, right at the tricuspid valve. So hit it. Baseline down, because we want to do the S wave. So freeze, measure, and it's MVSA lateral. So E, A, and then S right here. There we go. Want to look like that? Take a pick. All right. So we've done from here, and now we're moving over here. So the next thing after that, we need to do M mode, the right ventricular free wall right here, just right where you just pulse waved it at the annulus, and we're going to do something called TAPSE. So freeze, measure, and you find TAPSE on your thing here, which is TAPSE. Click on it. Okay. So this is the trough. So you need to put it at the trough to the peak of the next waveform. So right there. Okay. So trough to the peak. Take a pick. B mode. All right. Next thing, we're going to take a black and white because it's black and white color Doppler. So black and white, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to hit color. 1, 2, 3. And then CW it. We're looking for any kind of TR. So CW it. Okay. And she has some right there. So I hit the measure button, return, and then the little thing back. RVSP. And then it's TRB max, you guys. So make sure the envelope is full, which it is on hers. All right, after you get that, take a pick. And then back to B mode. That was your apical 4. So now we're transitioning into AP 5. So just take your tail and kind of angle it up. We're looking for the aortic valve to come in, which looks just like this right here. Okay. So now we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. Take a half breath in for me. Hold it. All right, blow. Yep, that's good. Right there, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Take a pick. You can breathe. Okay. And then color. So we're doing color. 1, 2, 3. Pick. Take a pick. Not a pick, you guys. A video. A clip, y'all. Clip. And then CW, the aortic valve. So there we go. Freeze, hit the measure button, hit the return, and then find something called AVA VTI. Click it. And then AV, and then VTI, so click it again. And start at the baseline and go down because we're doing the valve. Okay, right kidney, take a pick, unfreeze. And then you need a pulse wave right on top of the aortic valve in the LVOT track. So baseline up, freeze, and we're looking for a valve click. That's perfect waveform right there, so hit the measure button. And then you need to go to LVOT VTI. Click on it. Start at the baseline, find a good valve click, start at the baseline, and go down color on the yellow. It won't always be these same colors, but y'all get what I'm saying. And then back up to the baseline. Right kidney, right, and then take a picture. Okay, unfreeze. That's it of our AP 5. So B mode, and now we're turning to 2, AP 2. That's AP 2. All it is the left atrium, the mitral valve, and the left ventricle, okay? So 1, 2, 3, clip. Turn the color on it. 1, 2, 3, clip. And then we're gonna CW it. Just like that. We're looking for any kind of MR, so adjust your baseline and scale. Freeze, take a pick. Now, you can get your ejection fraction from here. All you do is just Simpsons and stuff like that, okay? So we did all of our AP2. Now let's go into AP3. And so left atrium, mitral valve, left ventricle, aortic valve, right there. And all AP3 is your plaques, but you're looking at it differently. So once again, black and white, 1, 2, 3, clip. Color, 1, 2, 3, clip. CW the mitral valve. Freeze, take a pick, unfreeze, and then move it on the aortic valve. And CW it. Okay, get your waveform, take a pick, and then B mode. All right, so that's all the apicals. And if you don't mind, ma'am, please roll on your back. We're gonna move into subcostals real quick, you guys. Thank you. All right. So, can you see Jody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so subcostals. So what I want to do is increase my depth, or decrease my depth, excuse me. And then I'm going to jack up my gain. Take a breath in for me and hold it. All right, you guys, you see your 4 chambers right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, clip. You can breathe. Again, please. Up. All right, I'm going to put color on the IAS. So here, we're looking to make sure she don't have any kind of ASDs or anything. 1, 2, 3, clip. Okay, and back to B mode. And then I'm going to bring in the IVC, which is right here. IVC dumps into the right atrium. So I'm looking at that, looking at black and white. 1, 2, 3, clip. And put color on it. 1, 2, 3, clip. And then I'm going to measure. So if it was, if it's dilated or anything like that, you got to make sure that she sniffs. So I need you to sniff real quick. And y'all see how it collapsed? We're good. All right? Thank you. And so I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to measure. So I'm going to take my calipers. I'll go 1 inch in the IVC. So I'll right click and I'll right click and I take a pick and then back to B mode. And then after that, we go to the SSN view, and it's 3 pictures there, and we're almost done, you guys. So if you don't mind, take your chin and look all the way up for me. Okay, and this is your candy cane view, you guys. So I'm gonna increase my depth. Okay, and what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the ascending aorta. This is transverse, and this is the descending. This is your classic candy cane view. Don't go to clinic saying spade view, candy cane view, stuff like that. I'm just giving you references of what it is to help you remember. So as always, black and white. 1, 2, 3, click. Color. You see it's coming up and it's coming down. So I can just clean this up a little bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, clip. And then CW it. Looking for that. Freeze, and then take a pick. All done, you guys. I hope this was very beneficial for you guys. And thank you, Jody. And thank you.
You're welcome.